morning, so we'll do some...
taxiway Alpha, clear for the option.
Yeah, clear for the option for taxiway Alpha for 1 Tango Bravo. We're stretching it on out to the east here a little bit. And we'll come around and line up with Alpha Taxiway. And we got carb heat is full on this morning. Definitely got some little bit of moisture in the air, and it's cool enough. You definitely want to, don't forget that carb heat. Alright, so all my temps are looking good. They're well into the green there. So we're going to come around and line up with Alpha Taxiway. Alpha Taxiway parallels runway 28. It's pretty skinny. It's only, well, I don't know, 50 or 60 feet wide, 70 feet wide, something like that. So we've got a smaller target hitting for it, but not a problem. You can see from here, the initial part of Alpha Taxiway is all pavement. Aircraft slides much easier on the pavement than it does on the cement. It almost acts like Velcro. Wants to really grab a hold, so we're not going to, we'll use the black part of the runway here, the paved part, or bay part of the taxiway rather. So remember, airspeed is your friend, so you don't want to be going too slow. We're going to enter the auto at about 70, so I think we can get there from here. So we're going to come down, roll it off, up just a little bit with the collective. Try to limit that RPM. Yeah, we'll come down a little bit. Pretty light today, so. Alright, so there's our first one. That was not real pretty, but oh well. So when you're sliding, you still have control of the aircraft. So if I push left pedal, I go left, you know, I yaw left, right pedal, I yaw right. And I can slide the stick back and forth to control the side slide to the left or to the right. So that's not a problem. So we're pretty late today. If I can do this one without the horn yelling at me. And 1 Tango Bravo is on the go. Can we do a left-hand pattern for Alpha Taxiway?
You can.
Thank you, sir. So again, I learned everything I know about auto rotations, mostly from flying gyroplanes. And one of the overlying things with auto rotations is don't get slow, okay? Airspeed is your friend. You're turning that airspeed, that kinetic energy, into the ability to stop both your...
Taxiway Alpha, clear for the option.
And clear for the option, taxiway Alpha for 1 Tango Bravo. So you're turning that kinetic energy into the ability to stop both your forward motion and your descent. The less airspeed you have, the less kinetic energy. Remember, it's mass times velocity squared for kinetic energy, and if we're going 50 knots, we only have 2,500 units of energy. If we're going 70 knots, we have 4,900 units. So twice as much energy at 70 than we have at 50. All right, we'll come around, get lined up again here. Kind of a dreary day here in Cape Girardeau, kind of foggy, a little bit cold. 5 degrees Celsius outside, so you guys know how to convert that, right? Double it, subtract 10%, that's 9 plus 32, 41 degrees outside. All right, so we're plenty high here. We got our spot in sight. Get a little bit closer here. If we can definitely make the runway here. All right, coming down, rolling off. Barely up on the collective. I got the collective almost all the way down. It's still screaming at me. All right, so speed looks good. We're a good 70 on the descent here. All right, gonna flare just a little bit here. We're floating, 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 floating. Now I gotta get my skids down to level, up on the collective. We're on the ground. Make the horrible scratching sound as we... All right, so now if I bring my stick to the right, see the aircraft comes back to the right. Again, I have control of the aircraft left to right by using, or I'm sorry, with yaw control with the rudders, and I use the stick a little bit left or right if my slide starts to head out to the left or to the right. So we'll roll her back up and give it another whirl. So light today, I got to have essentially the collective all the way down. I don't have much fuel in it. Evidently, I must be losing weight. I wish. And we're on the go. And 1 Tango Bravo is coming around on the downwind for Alpha taxiway.
Tango Bravo, taxiway Alpha, clear for the option.
Clear for the option for 1 Tango Bravo. Alright, so you notice I try to keep my speed up, you know, this, again, speed is pretty much your friend. Much rather do an auto rotation at 70 than 50. I got a lot more kinetic energy, that gives me a lot more options with it, so. Again, we're so light today, I'm the only one in here. So, pretty much got the collective all the way down. Turn the auto just a teensy bit, about a 1/16 of an inch up off the stop's about it. You can see if you see the windsock out there, we've got about a 30-degree crosswind from the right there, so. All right, going to enter my auto, so down, roll it off, up a little teeny bit. Looking at keeping our speed pretty much right at 70. We're looking good. We'll sneak over this way a little bit. Come down a little more with it. Get down here, I'm going to flare early. Now we're gliding, floating, 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 floating. Now I'm getting my skids down, up on the collective. That was kind of ugly. Alright, so I'm using my feet. Again, I'm going to bring the stick to the right because the wind's going to tend to blow me off the left side of the taxiway. We just kind of wait for it to quit sliding. There we go. All the way down. Roll it back up. Yeah, we're on the go. So technically, to do the full down auto rotation is much easier if you keep a little bit of forward motion and slide across a hard surface like that. If you're having to plant this thing in the mud, that's a completely different profile here. Yeah, 1 Tango Bravo's on the downwind for Alpha taxiway.
1 Tango Bravo, taxiway Alpha, clear for the option.
And clear for Alpha taxiway, 1 Tango Bravo. At the end of this thing, you'd actually flare. You have to flare significantly higher, bleed off more of your forward airspeed. And if you're having, like say, if we had to go down one of these muddy fields, it's muddy everywhere around here this morning. If we had to go down to one of these muddy fields, at the end of this, we're going to actually flare, let it float a bit, and then reflare to a higher nose attitude to bleed off more of my airspeed. And we would try to plant it